A woman's nudity is the pinnacle of a man's pleasure. A patriarchal society leads women towards shamelessness for the sake of greater enjoyment. When modesty is lost, women become indistinguishable from commodities in the eyes of men. However, God instilled modesty within women to preserve their humanity.
Statistically, women make up half of the population, but in terms of influence, they encompass the entire population. We presented this truth in the creation of Adam and Eve, where it was noted that when these two were created, God bestowed most of his attributes of majesty upon man and his attributes of beauty upon woman. Women embody and reflect the divine qualities of beauty. Love and affection are more prominently seen in women. This is a reality. On the other hand, men are often seen as more inclined towards displays of power. Men tend to be more rigid in their interactions. A man represents the attributes of divine majesty. Anyone who claims that men and women are the same does not truly understand this matter.
The differences between men and women are indeed as distinct as those between earth and sky.
A man's perspective is broad, while a woman's is detailed and nuanced. The Quran introduces at least 3 or 4 women behind every successful man. It states, Moses became who he was because we revealed to his mother. His sister ran along the banks of the Nile to see where the water would carry him. And until the child reached Pharaoh, God placed his third representative, Asiya, Pharaoh's wife, in the child's path. Pharaoh was submissive before Asiya. The entire kingdom was under the control of one man, Pharaoh, the man who, out of fear of losing power, had ordered the killing of newborn boys. Yet, he was still influenced by a woman. When a woman embodies the divine attributes of beauty, you come to understand this prayer through those attributes. O you whose mercy precedes your wrath. Everyone calls upon God in this way. O merciful one, O concealer of faults.
Pay attention. We call upon God with his beautiful attributes, and this is the point. The embodiment of God's beautiful attributes can bring a person closer to God. And that's why it is through the nurturing of women that men reach their highest potential.
From an Islamic perspective, a woman is like a doctor, while a man is somewhat ill. If a man wants to be healed, to attain paradise, he must turn to women, because hardship is inherent in men. The devil targets the glorious attributes within you, leading you astray and towards misery. Women are the healers who can treat men. However, a doctor who does not practice medicine is of no benefit. What is the test for a woman? To be a healer.
In such a society, there are neither doctors nor patients. Rather, we must say that everyone is ill. If an enemy wants to destroy a society, they eliminate the healers.
Pharaoh declared that he would kill all newborn boys, but Asiya tamed him. And Pharaoh raised Moses in his own house. On 2 other occasions, Lady Asiya saved Moses. It is truly tragic for a being like a woman, with all her qualities, to fall. Do you know when a woman falls according to the Quran? When she tries to become like a man, just like the wife of Prophet Lut, who first imitated men and then fell from grace. The Quran uses the term al-Jabirin instead of al-Jabirat. The wife of Prophet Lut first acted like men and then fell. A woman cannot become a man because she does not possess the glorious attributes of God. What masculine task have women participated in that they accomplished better than men?
In Islam, there is no tradition more commendable than marriage.
When a man and woman come together, they complete each other, and that is when true peace is achieved. Life is not solely about sexual desire. The perspective of Western countries is misguided, no longer have sexual desire, but are still deeply in love with one another. Look at your parents and grandparents. They cannot bear to be apart for even 2 days. If they are separated for just 1 day, they become restless and anxious. In a society that is sick and in need of healing, the devil says, I will separate the doctor from the patient. Through sorcery, I will separate the man and woman. And when they are apart, the patient remains ill. And if the doctor has no patience, ceases to be a doctor. The only way the devil suggests for these two to come together is by telling the woman, you are a bad doctor. I will allow your patient to get close to you, but there should be no marriage.
The television series broadcasted on satellite channels promote illicit relationships.
Why do some countries legalize prostitution? They pay taxes to the government and this tax becomes part of the government's income. They legalize the prostitution of women, but not hijab. Is this freedom? I urge you to think carefully about why they do not allow hijab to be legalized.
The nakedness of a woman signifies the height of male dominance.
Hijab prevents this exploitation. God has placed modesty in women and honor in men. If a woman's modesty is taken away, then ultimately the modesty of society will vanish.
When societal modesty disappears, men become dishonorable, and in this case, a woman becomes no different than an object.